Artists are freaks. Yeah, I said it, and you're one too. Today I will be exposing 10 very weird art habits that you're definitely guilty of. Let's go! You know that one pen you always use? That pen is basically your emotional support animal. If someone borrows it, they're dead to me. That's not a pen. That's my child. We'll spend 3 hours searching for our one magical pen like it's the lost of relic of Atlantis. But ask us to clean a paintbrush? Nah, that couldn't be me. One day my pen betrayed me. Like, I was halfway through a masterpiece and it ran out of ink. That's very tragic, I know. I held a funeral. May it rest in pieces. Moving on from old pens is quite tough, but don't worry. There will always be someone new. Even better. Artists love testing everything on their hands. Markers, paint, pencils, you name it. It's like turning your arms into a human rainbow. And here's the fun part. It's supposed to be quick. 1 minute, it's a swatch. 2 hours later, your arm is a crime scene. You have accidental abstract art and somehow it's more beautiful than your final drawing. Like, how does that even happen? Bonus points if you leave it on for too long and suddenly your skin is permanently a pastel palette and you're walking around like a magical cursed creature. And don't even get me started on the cleanup, which doesn't happen by the way, because why ruin the perfection? I remember when I was little at school, the teacher told me that if I kept drawing on my hand, I would get blood poisoning through the skin, but I still kept doing it because, artists gotta do what they gotta do, I'm still here, so I guess I'm good. At least until all the ink in my blood system catches up to me one day. We don't just own art supplies, we collect them. My desk looks like a supply store exploded. Brushes, pens, pencils, pastels, yeah, it's a chaos, but it's our chaos. And most of it, we never use. I own 12 sets of colored pencils, untouched. 7 sketchbooks, never opened. Yet somehow when a new set comes out, I'm like, yes, I must have it. I need it. It will fix everything. Non-artists are like,
why don't you just use what you have?
Oh honey, if only it worked like that. If only it was that simple. This is emotional art investment. You just don't get it. Step 1, clean the desk. Step 2, organize supplies by color, size, emotional attachment. Step 3, look at every brush, pencil, pen, marker, think about what they could be. Step 4, open TikTok to look at just one tutorial. And 3 hours later, you're watching someone make clay bananas. Step 5, cry for 15 minutes because you feel guilty. Step 6, get up, get snacks, maybe nap. Step 7, finally sit down to draw. Oh wait, inspiration, gone, out the window. Step 8, clean the desk again. Step 9, repeat indefinitely. This is basically a sacred ritual. Productivity, that's optional. Aesthetics, that is mandatory. Chaos, very much guaranteed. And the absolutely best part, when you finally do draw, it's usually something small. A circle, a tiny doodle, but it counts. Artistic progress is measured in emotional survival, not pixels or paint strokes. Buying sketchbooks is not a hobby, it's an addiction. Every time I see a pretty cover or a cute binding, I'm like, yes, this will be the one. My magnum opus. Then you open it, draw one page, and suddenly the next blank page feels like a void of doom. You stare at it for an hour. You convince yourself that maybe the sketchbook hates you. Yeah, they really do hate you. And then comes the tragic realization. You'll never fill this book. There's no way. So what do? We go ahead and buy another one. And repeat and repeat and repeat. Shelf graveyard of perfectly untouched sketchbooks. It's like Pokemon but sadder and more expensive. And don't even try to tell me you've used all your sketchbooks. That's a lie. I can see it in your soul. Normal people get inspiration during the day. Artists, though, inspiration hits at 3 a.m. The darkest, most inconvenient hour. And suddenly your brain is like, hey, what if you drew a cat, but it's spaghetti? So you get up, you draw cursed things, you look like a gremlin holding a pen, and by morning you forget what you were even inspired by. But the cat spaghetti is real now. It's always the same. Sleep? Nope. Motivation? Gone. But you've created chaos, so it's fine. This is our lifestyle. Peak artist energy, honestly. Ew, I'm so sorry I'm being so cringe again. Pinterest, the death trap of productivity. You open it to look at one reference image, and 2 hours later, you have saved 200 cottagecore outfits, 50 frog memes, 3 soup recipes, but not a single reference. Sometimes you're learning random facts. Sometimes you're just watching conspiracy videos, and sometimes you just scroll and cry. Totally hasn't happened to me before. Did I draw anything? No, but did I get aesthetically overwhelmed? Absolutely. Pinterest is the ultimate procrastination disguised as research, and we love it. I don't care who you are, every artist has talked to their drawings. And I'm not just talking like a little aw cute. No, full-on conversation. Once again, you're like, wow, you're adorable, my little masterpiece. And the next, you're like,
Oh, why do you look like a mutant? Fix yourself this instant!
then you pause, stare, maybe even tilt your head and go, no, maybe I like you like this. You're special. Sometimes you whisper encouragements, sometimes you yell at your drawings for existing, and sometimes you apologize to it like, I didn't mean it, baby. I love you, you're perfect. But also fix your face. And the best part, you're fully aware you're talking to a piece of paper. But do you care? No, not really, because the drawings get it. They understand you, and it's the ultimate therapy session. And yes, this is a legitimate art habit. That's totally normal. I swear, I probably need help, but I hope someone could relate. Every notebook, every piece of scrap paper, every little single margin, you can't escape the doodles. Grocery lists? Doodles. Important work documents? Doodles. My calendar? Full of f***ing doodles. Nothing is safe. And here's the kicker, the doodles always take over. You think it's a small little quarter scribble. 20 minutes later, the whole page is covered in tiny creatures and floating clouds, random swirls, maybe a spaceship or two, and your original notes are just buried under the chaos. Sometimes you even doodle on top of doodles. Like your brain is like, no, this one needs a companion. Also a mustache. Also a hat. And before you know it, it's a full-blown story happening on a single margin. Artistic universe in the corner of your notebook. And yes, it's completely necessary. This is just how artists survive boring meetings, lectures, and phone calls. If your boss asks what you're doing, just call it concept sketching. That sounds very professional. They will buy it. Here's a big mood. You finish a sketch and it's perfect, soulful, vibrant, and then you try to do line work and it dies instantly. And yet we're emotionally attached to the sketch. We'll stare at it for hours, trace it, maybe even cry a little, but try to recreate it cleanly? That is way too traumatizing. At this point, scanning the sketch and pretending it's the final art is legitimate strategy. Honestly, sometimes the sketch is the masterpiece and the line work is just cruel imitation. I sometimes just leave the sketch there because I'm so scared of ruining it. I could never do that to my babies. I have a little bonus habit for everyone who has stayed all the way to the end of this video. Thank you so much for being here. Every artist has done this. You finish a drawing and take a step back and immediately hate it. Like, who allowed this monstrosity to exist? Did I ever even draw this? Is this cursed? And then a few days later, or weeks, or months, or years, I don't care. Later you stumble across the same drawing, and suddenly it's like, oh wow, this is actually kind of amazing. Look at the shading, look at all the composition and stuff. I am an artistic genius. The drawing leveled up while you weren't even paying attention. The best part is that this habit teaches us patience, or more realistically, it makes us question our sanity. You spend hours obsessing over a tiny line thinking it's the worst thing in existence. And then months later, it becomes your proud little child. The end. Now go ahead and comment down below, what is your weird art habit? Or if you do any of these habits, because I'd love to hear and silently judge you. No, never mind. Anyway, bye!